there. Welcome to Lunch for the Soul, everyone. I love having you with us. I have an amazing young lady to introduce you to, a teen that I have known for a very long time. I look up to her so much. She is remarkable, and you're going to fall in love with her. She has quite a journey she's been on. And you know what she's trying to do with all that she's been through? She's trying to help others. That's how amazing she is. So I want to bring up Mia Spargo. Hi, Mia. How are you
Hey,
doing?
doing good.
Well, I've gotten to know you through my son Caleb because you all have gotten to go to camp together and do all kinds of things years ago. So I'm really happy to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Well, it looks like you're a cute little mama on a mission. Look at all the stuff you have behind you. So you are trying to get a lot of toys, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
For your big toy drive. Okay, we're going to get to all of that in a minute, but I first of all want to tell everyone what sparked your passion to make a difference in the first place. So let's talk about what happened on September 13th of 2013. You were only 6 years old. Do you remember back that far when you were diagnosed with brain cancer, or what point do you remember what happened?
No, I pretty much remember it all. It all started like 10 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer and my world flipped upside down. I was quickly admitted to Texas Children's Hospital
Mhm.
where we were overwhelmed, didn't know what to do. I spent many holidays there and I just wasn't feeling well. I was often bored when one day a red cart from an organization called Big Love came and knocked on my door. They gave me crafts and toys, and they made me feel like a lot better, like I wasn't alone. And I was inspired by what they do for the kids and their families. So that Christmas, I took my birthday money and I made goodie bags for the whole floor. That was my first small toy drive.
And this is the very first one right here, right?
Yes, that's the picture.
The chemo pole and everything. And look, everybody, so this is an idea of your journey. So, upper left picture is before cancer, right? And then I
Hmm.
guess the beginning of it, and then in the middle, and then afterwards. And you are one strong lady. Let's talk a little bit about your treatments. So, you underwent a whole lot of chemotherapy and even more. What was it like being a little girl? You're supposed to be enjoying elementary school, and instead you're dealing with this. How did you deal with that?
I mean, it was really overwhelming, but I had my mom by my side and
Hmm.
a lot of like just toys and crafts and everything just kind of kept me
Hmm.
going. I just had to keep fighting because I knew that I wanted to do something bigger in the end.
Well, I think it's incredible that you have done everything you can to try to make a difference for others. It's really remarkable to see, and we can just see here in the pictures what you've been through. This is when you were undergoing the radiation, and then after all these years, you were still giving back. I mean, it's truly remarkable. And you know, one thing your mom told me is that they thank God so much that you're alive, and they think that of instead of thinking of September 13th as like the worst day of their lives, they consider it your second birthday because that was the day they felt you start living again. I mean, is that how you feel about it as well? That was your second chance at life?
Yeah, because the doctors really told us that if they didn't catch it as early as they did, there would have been consequences of blindness and so much more that could have happened. But thankfully, it was caught early, and I had a second chance and started chemo and radiation, and I'm alive today.
Yes, you are. And we want to celebrate you too. And you have so much in common with my son Caleb because you were born at the same time. He's also 16 years old, and you were both diagnosed with cancer on Friday the 13th of September in 2013. And so you both are such fighters, and I'm just so proud to see how far you've come. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with you now. So you're 16, you're in the 11th grade. What is your favorite thing to do these days?
I really enjoy music, and I just enjoy school overall. I have a good group of friends, and just making good grades, and all the teachers are amazing. And
Oh, isn't that awesome to be able to say? Not everyone can say that. Just to see the passion in your eyes and how much your teachers mean to you says a lot for them. So that's really huge. Okay, so let's talk about your toy drive. So Miracles for Mia. So we can go to Miracle. First of all, we can go to Facebook. Miracles for Mia Spargo is how we can find you. Is that the easiest way?
Yes, you go to my Facebook. I have an Amazon wish list full of toys where you can
Hmm.
just fulfill the wishes, and I also have a Cash App if a person chooses to donate.
So that can make it easy where maybe they don't have to pick
Mm-hmm.
out a toy and you can figure out which age group that you need the most. Now, what type of toys are you looking for? Obviously, we can go to your Amazon wish list, but what is your need right now? How can we help you?
I mean, we take from babies to teenagers because cancer has no age, but we take unwrapped new toys. Just anything really helps.
So you name it, you need it. Now, where do you donate these? Where do you take the toys and when?
We take them to Texas Children's Hospital cancer floor, but our goal is we want to reach MD Anderson as well. But
Nice.
we don't have a date set yet, but we're aiming
Okay.
for mid-December.
But in order to pull that off, you need a whole lot more toys to make it happen, right? What
Yeah.
is that like when you see, do you get to see the joy on their faces when you deliver them, or do you leave them and then leave the hospital? How does that work?
Well, most recently after the pandemic, I'm not allowed to go up there, but
Mm-hmm.
all the pictures that we take, you can definitely see just the child's eyes light up, and they're so happy to receive a gift. But we give them more than one, and their Christmas and their like stay at the hospital just becomes so much better.
And we just see how many you're able to do through some of these photos. I mean, it's remarkable. You've got a whole truckload here. How have you been able to pull off getting that many toys year after year? Is it just by going to different groups? I think your mom told me that you guys even crochet sometimes. Is that right?
We crochet hats and bracelets, and we sell them at restaurants. But then community, family, and friends, they all help. They send in toys. We collect them, and organizations like donate trucks. We were able to pull 3 trucks a few years ago and gave them to the hospital.
That is incredible. That's a lot of work too. How do you find time of going to school and then pulling off all these toy drives through the years?
My mom helps a lot. We just organize the toys into girls and boys and donate. And definitely that comes a little later once we get a lot more toys. But
Uh-huh.
organize.
And I see Anita Cruz in this one, and you have created some beautiful songs with her at Texas Children's, haven't you? In the Purple Songs Can Fly studio.
Yes, ma'am. That Miss Renita Cruz, like that was my very first year at cancer, and I found her and I started writing songs. Just any words, any thought that comes to mind, she can turn into a song. And I've written a lot. My most, I guess, famous one is "God Help All the Children on the Planet."
Yes. Well, and then you were able to go on and work with her and bring it to life on the stage, right?
Yes.
How incredible was that? And tell me a little bit about what you did.
Uh, yes. There's a play that we did, and we started just at the children's. We did that for locally, but then it's just the 5 of us and our songs, and we tell our story about going through cancer, how you can make it in the end if you believe in
Mhm.
God and everything. We ended up being a huge documentary. It's on YouTube now.
And everybody needs to check it out because it is so powerful. I remember being in the audience, looking up at that stage, watching you with tears pouring down my cheeks because I was so proud of you. And you did an amazing job. So not only can you sing really well, but you're quite the actress. Have you thought about going into acting? You were so good.
No, that was honestly a really shock. I never thought I'd be able to act or something like that, but it was just, I guess, easier because I know what that felt like, that story, and you just like
Mhm.
wanted to start crying when they sang their songs. It just hits home, and
Well,
it
you are a
really
natural girl, let me tell you. And I just love all the smiles on your faces. How good does it feel to be with others, even when you're going through a hard time, to try to make their holiday special?
having having somebody just strong like your mother or your father or just family feels really nice. I remember when I was like one Christmas, all my whole family, my brothers, my grandma, everyone came to surprise me. Family is really a key to going through that.
Mhm. And I've gotten to know your mom through the years, and she's such a lovely lady and is certainly, I mean, in your corner to make sure that you are always well taken care of. Let's talk about the hard days and how you get through them, because I know that God is really important to your family. And I think that's a blessing when you're going through a hard time. I mean, if you feel like there is something bigger than you watching over you and taking care of you, I think that's a really safe feeling. But when I take a look at photos like this, you can just feel, Mia, what you've been through. Can you talk a little bit about what it's like now? Because I know that your mom said it's a little frustrating for you guys because of all the therapies and stuff that you've done. You do have to go back quite a bit to the hospital. How do you deal with that now?
I mean, we have good and bad days. My cancer sadly took my pituitary glands, so I have to take pills to like organize my body and make sure that it's all working. But I do have bad days where I have headaches and I just don't want to do anything but like lay in bed and be home. And sometimes I'll just be able to just watch a movie or just try to relax a little bit. And definitely, I take a lot of help.
Hmm. On those days, what do you do to get through it? Obviously, you've got, loving family to help you out. Do you pray, or what do you do to get through those tough times?
Yeah, I pray and I have my family near me and all those IVs and pokes. It's definitely really hard, but sometimes people are afraid, but you have to cry sometimes. It's the normal thing.
Yeah.
And I remember just going through, I used to be so scared of needles, but it's gotten a lot better because I always had something to hold and just
Yeah.
on my side.
And always, I think a lot of times kids are scared to go get like a flu vaccine, but you're talking full blown IVs, right? Like bigger needles and ones that stay in there longer. How did you toughen up to that? Was it just repetition that made you realize that, yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it'll go away, it'll come out eventually? How did you work through that just to help anybody else who's going through something like that?
I still hate them even to today, but when I was really young, I was always afraid I would try to move or I was crying like crazy. But now it's just I've had them so many times. I have them almost every time I go to Texas Children's, just an IV. But I know my mom was always there. She says it'll come out, or she gives me like she'll surprise me with something, and it'll make it a lot better.
Oh, that's wonderful. Again, I love that you have that support. I think it makes such a big difference. So, do you have any special plans for the holidays? What are you going to do for Thanksgiving?
Uh, I enjoy cooking, so I'm gonna help my mom in the kitchen. We're gonna cook, and then just my family is gonna come and we're gonna eat.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And then do you have a wish list for you're busy buying toys for boys and girls. What does your list look like for Christmas?
Not too sure, but I always dreamed of going on a cruise to Alaska, but it's not
Wow.
really possible.
Why is that? It's very expensive for one thing, right?
Yeah,
Well, we need to try to figure that out. You're busy helping everybody else. I think we need to help you.
just don't.
Yeah.
I guess we don't really have the funds for it at the moment.
Hmm.
We'll have to
Yeah,
see
it's
and
it's
wait
it's one
years,
of the
maybe
most
a year.
expensive places on earth for sure. So I think most people are sort of in that same boat. Well, when you picture just somebody thinking right now, I think I could get a toy. I think I could help a boy and girl. How would you encourage them to just not think about it, but perhaps just go do it right now and make a difference? What's your sales pitch to them?
Well, it's just think about like the smile that you can give them. Like each child, it doesn't have an age. It's just they'll see that toy, they'll remember that someone's thinking about me. I'm not alone in this.
Hmm.
It will encourage them to keep fighting. Just any toy, you don't have it doesn't have to be expensive. Any toy under $20 helps.
Hmm. And it just takes the kids' minds off
Yes.
their treatment, doesn't it? It's just a distraction. I mean, I can't think of anything that was more important to us when we were there in the hospital with you many times at the same time, how important those distractions were. I mean, it makes the world of difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, I had chemo and stuff like that, but I remember doing like Play-Doh. I used to sit in my bed and do like painting and not glitter by number. Everything just made it feel better. It's like you're doing crafts. You're not thinking about the needle in your arm. You have
Hmm.
to.
And on your Amazon wish list, is it more focused on things that the kids can use while they're in the hospital or once they get home?
Honestly, both, because there's like
Mhm.
remote controlled cars. It's not easy to use in the hospital, but
Yeah.
once they're able to go home, you can choose toys for that as well.
Hmm. Oh, I remember my son had plenty of remote cars and even remote spiders going to scare his nurses.
Mm.
So anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. Well, Mia, I hope you have the most beautiful holidays. I want everybody to get on board. I want everybody to help you who can. Let's pull up one more time how they can get a hold of you. Again, Facebook, definitely the easiest way to find your wish list and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if for anyone who's never done an Amazon wish list, let's make it really easy for them. I guess you have a link on your Facebook. They just click on that, they pick the toy, then they don't have to ship anything or do anything, right? They just pay for it and you take care of all the rest and the delivering.
Hmm. I think my is on there.
Hmm.
The toy you can pay for it, and it ships to our house, and it's really really simple. Just choose any toy.
So it just makes it that easy for them. They don't have to
Or
do a thing except pick it out, pay for it, and they're done. Okay.
or donate. Donate always helps too.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And for the Cash App, that link is on your Facebook page as well. So either way.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, Mia. Oh, I wish you the very best. Thanks for all you do for our community, for being such a bright light after all you've been through. You are a true treasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. You stay in touch. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. And I hope to see you very
Thank you.
soon. Don't you be a stranger.
Thank you.
All right. And everyone, I just want to remind you, you can always catch me here on Lunch for the Soul. Wednesdays, the place to be at 12:30 every single week. If you have an idea, I'd love to hear from you. You can email me at melissa.wilson@fox.com. Super easy to find me. You can always go to our Fox 26 website, our Facebook, and find me there as well. And then just a reminder, all my Lunch for the Souls are on our Fox 26 YouTube page. They're super easy to find. Maybe you tuned in late today and you said, hey, I want to see the whole thing. Head on over to Fox 26 YouTube. We'll make sure that you see the whole thing. Let's help out Mia. Let's make a big difference for all these kids in the hospital. I mean, she's trying to make a difference, and I hope that we can help her do that. So I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope to see you back here next week.